Well, sugar is not just bad for your teeth, but I would say that especially since they rely on their teeth so much, it's extra bad.
On a daily basis for the betterment of society at large. We've been talking
Because just because teeth keeps growing doesn't mean that they have
usage
shit wrong with the teeth.
And saying that they don't have the harsh side effects that a lot of people talk about. It's all make-believe. It's all a conspiracy. We're the ones that are the idiots for not thinking that these things are the best thing in the world to be taking for females. Now, what am I talking about here? Clearly, things related to performance-enhancing drugs. This could be peptides, sure, which is far more I would prefer if women were using peptides, but also anabolic steroids. We're talking about Anavar, Winstrol, testosterone, D-bol. I mean, we've talked about so many women using crazy different things on this channel, and we have another case study here today.
Cringe. Not being all natty, you know what I mean? Oh.
So this video went extremely viral for this gal. She doesn't have like a ton of followers or whatever, but she hangs around the typical crowd you would expect. Toji and Nate Udi and all the other people that are really just degenerates, and people watch them because of that. But anyways, she is clearly trying to venture into the path of using some kind of performance-enhancing drugs. Now, a lot of those look to be peptides. BPC 157, TB 500 is something she talks about often here, and other things related to that, which I think, yay, good, you know, like, let's get on that path, right? If you're going to use performance-enhancing drugs, let's use something that doesn't permanently modify every, you know, gender-specific organ in your body, right?
Yeah, we don't want to permanently alter stuff, right? Fuck, full body face tattoo.
Good, you know, like, let's get on that path, right? If you're going to use performance-enhancing drugs, let's use something that doesn't permanently modify every, you know, gender-specific organ in your body, right? Like, totally cool. Not necessarily the best thing to be promoting, but also not necessarily a drug that's going to harm you as much as it is, you know, it's more of a therapeutic drug. It appears to be that she's probably injecting like L-carnitine or something in this. That vial is not what would be, you know, testosterone. Testosterone usually comes in a 10 ml vial.
He said organs, you idiot. Here's a little fun fact for you. Our biggest organ is the skin. Now, do you feel retarded? Or were you always retarded and you feel no difference?
Of clinic you're going to, or if you're getting it from an underground lab, but typically you see a 10 ml vial, something like this. I actually think this is more. I don't remember what this is. Probably water for the purposes of YouTube, but this is bigger than 10, I think. 10 ml. Can't remember. Anyways, the whole reality is that she's probably not using, you know, the test, even though she's saying like blast test. It's sort of ironic here. But the implication is what I'm concerned about. And here's why. She has this video pinned on her profile, and I'm just going to go ahead and play it, where essentially you'll get the gist of it. She's promoting in some capacity the use of steroidal compounds.
Steroids are amazing, and here's how I know. This was me in March of 2024. I think I weighed like 108 pounds here. And this is my most recent like full physique photo. Yeah, a lot of people tell me, oh, well, you could have the same physique like naturally. Sure, I could have. However, I didn't want to wait the amount of time it would have taken. And also, I just wanted a fat...
So biggest red flag ever is to say, I don't want to wait the amount of time that it would have taken to improve her physique. Now, I think you to me, like, we could agree that the transformation that was made here is really not that substantial, in all honesty. Like, this is a calorie surplus, this is heavy training, this is, yeah, dedication and hard work. I mean, nothing that is good in life usually comes in ease. And if it does, there's always usually a catch, or like an asterisk with a little extra on it than just the nice thing that you're looking for. And okay, in this case, like, totally get it, right? The Anavar supposedly helped her gain weight, and she looks a lot less, you know, skinny. We'll call it like it is. She looks a little bit more built, has a bit more fat mass, is more muscular, we'll say that, right? But the transformation itself is not that like, wow, like I wouldn't say, oh my God, this person's, you know, taking Anavar or anything like that. What is interesting to me is that she kind of justifies it here in saying that, yeah, I didn't want to take the time to do the transformation, so I took Anavar. And it's like, okay, there's a problem with that. Someone comments pretty appropriately, says this is very misleading and kind of disappointing. It doesn't matter how good your blood work looks before taking it, doesn't not matter what you do, you cannot run from the long-term side effects and will live a shorter life. Should have achieved it naturally. This is what they call selling your soul. I pray for you, and I in some part agree with him. Now, I've openly said before, and I will constantly openly say, I do not have anything against steroid usage. I just want people to know about what the effects really are, and I think it's just not talked about. In this instance, it's not talked about, right? There's no asterisk here saying all of these side effects that were, possibly had from her in terms of her voice changing, which per Instagram's relatively new, so there's nothing old to go up and look.